there is a difference between Nigeria breaking up and Biafra exiting from Nigeria. It's two different things. Please, many people do not understand this. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is now, agitating to break Nigeria. He's agitating to exit. There is a difference between you separating yourself, because under amalgamation, there was no concept of the Biafrans to that.
There was no consent.
No consent of the Biafrans.
We are not fighting with anybody. All we are asking them to do is to reason for once in their useless lives to be able to. They say insult them. If an idiot, why won't I insult you? I'm asking you, go to a white man's land and tell them you want to create a country in Europe. That day they will roast you alive. In fact, they will first of all inject you. They will say you are not well in the brain. They came to our land, they divided Yoruba into three. Some Yoruba is in Togo, some Yoruba is in Benin Republic, some are in the zoo. You're telling me that a Yoruba man who is in Nigeria is more related to a Canadian man who is in Borno, more than his own brother in the other side of Paraguay, in Porto Novo, in Benin Republic. They speak the same language, wear the same clothes, do eat the same food, everything is the same. But white man, now we have French Yoruba, those who are in Benin Republic and in Togo. We will now have English Yoruba who are in Nigeria. What type of God made us? And let me give you an example before I conclude on this very point. Do you know that Togo used to belong to Germany before? Togo, they were Germans before. After the Second World War, they used Togo to compensate France because Germany lost the war. And these are human beings in Africa, for Christ's sake. I can't understand this type of nonsense. I can't understand it. And that is why I keep saying that the one of the greatest disasters to befall me in life is to come from Africa. Where people do not reason. How can you have the same people? One part is French, the other part is English. Is English and is Yoruba and the French, are they the same people? The answer is no. And you're telling me that a Yoruba man inside Nigeria should be related with somebody in Borno State. Lord have mercy.
So how did Nnamdi now join the Igbos?
It was the British ideology, influence, intention, because of their selfishness to suck Nigerian resources. You see why they now merge us together. Do you understand? So talking about the Radio Biafra that the Fulanis today are crying off. See, there is something that Fulani should understand. Nigeria per se, they should understand that America is #1 in the world. And you that is a Nigeria, which level, which rate are you in the world to be given an instruction and order and expecting it to influence a nation like America? Thinking and believing that you can influence America. How possible do you think that will work? A whole nation like America. Did Nigeria have money? How much did they think that they can use to bribe America? What did Nigeria have that America cannot do without?
We have oil.
Excuse me, America too have oil. As it is now, America have oil that will last in the next 50 years, over 50 years.
Is no other country's oil?
My brother, whichever way it comes, they have it, they have it. They have gotten it, they have gotten it, because they have a good management and they manage their resources very well. Is it that only oil? They have other things, many amenities, many resources that keep them going, even without, gaining anything from Nigeria. The people that are gaining from Nigeria are the British, because those ones are empty country. There are empty countries. And you're talking, see, listen to me. I am not done. I am not done. The British that is instigating that Igbos must remain in Nigeria. The same British are the people who did what? Who gave Mazen Nnamdi Kanu license of Radio Biafra. I don't know whether you're getting it. So are you not seeing Nigeria, Fulanis, sounding as empty brass? Because the British are the one that gave Mazen Nnamdi Kanu license to Radio Biafra. And now in America, the thing has become the major radio so far so good that in the whole world that everybody listening to, including Aso Rock, the people in Aso Rock, Donald Trump, of course, Donald Trump will listen to it. Aso Rock, Bola Ahmed Tinubu listen to it. In Aso Rock, which do your findings. That is one thing about me. Do your findings. So how do you think that they are getting their information about some certain things in regard to Biafra and the things that is happening outside this country? They go through that, the kind of news that comes out. That is why you see them like being threatened, even in the case of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu about it. Do you understand? So the Radio Biafra is something that have come to stay, just as Biafra has come to stay. And it has become a phenomenon radio station that the whole world now are paying attention to, and they are giving audience to, because they are giving the people the information that they need to know about this country, both Nigeria, about the country called Biafra, and about the people living inside Nigeria, and about the things that is going on in Nigeria and going on as well in the Biafra land. So it is necessary. See why it is very, very important for them to listen to that Radio Biafra. And that is why you see them, getting this information, and the Fulani should take heart. Yes, they should take heart.
But they say you can break the country if
Nigeria alone.
Because they said the Biafrans are preaching, division amongst, and they are trying to poison other tribes.
Point of correction. Starting from, excuse me, point of correction. Go and check the Biafra map. The Niger Delta you are trying to make mention of, or you are mentioning mention of already. Where did the Niger Delta migrated from? How did their origin, and where does their origin come from? They are Igbos. They came politically to do what? Divide and rule system of politics. To divide the brothers. Yes. It's just like in a family whereby you have three boys who are entitled to own their father's property, especially this land issue. That is the thing that is always bring issues, especially in the east, in Igbo land. Then among the three, then they believe there is a man called an elderly person in the land who are supposed to give them a true guideline. Then imagine a situation where that one is instigating one against the others. How do you expect it to be? Do you understand? So if you look at this issue that things are not working the way it should, then you separate. So that was what the game that the British played. You see why they now come in between the brothers that are the Igbos and the Deltas, trying to create another mindset in them, for them to see their brothers as the worst enemy. I don't know whether you get the point now. You see the angle they went, divide and rule. Before, please, did you, when you were growing up, before now, of your age, was there anything called, or you go and check in amalgamation, is there anything called Niger Delta region, separately from the eastern region? Is there anything like that? There was nothing like that. Niger Delta separate from the eastern region. Even during the war. You understand? Because even as it is, even as you stand now, they still call Delta man Igbo man, Omo Igbo. Go and meet Yoruba, then go tell them Omo Igbo. Omo Igbo ni. Calabar man will come now, then call Omo Igbo ni. So waiting come be say you. Now come they talk say you know be Igbo. Are you trying to tell me that the people that are calling you Omo Igbo, they don't know what they are saying? They know that all those Niger Delta Forum, Pandef and whatsoever, and whatsoever they are doing, it's a political way of creating division among the two brothers. And that was what they have, one way or the other, successfully succeeded in doing. That is why you see today, is if this one is, no, I am not Igbo, I am Ikwere. What is the meaning of Ikwere? Which language is that Ikwere? Anyocha. What is the meaning of Anyocha? Of which language is it coming from? Isioluku. What is the meaning of Isioluku? Which language is that? And where does it migrate from? You understand me? If you check all this thing, you will agree with me that it is a the political caliphate are the one that put this conflict between the two brothers, between the families, causing division. But glory be to God, because as it stands now, them, majority of them are now realizing themselves. They are now coming back home. Yes, because you can see what happened during Jonathan time. They call it Omo Igbo, they play it. They obviously Omo Igbo make a commodity. Which Bola Ahmed Tinubu was part of the people that played the game. You understand? And today, many, you know, it baffles me that many Nigerians are coming today. But I say, come on. What you sow is what you are reaping. Don't cry. Yes, don't cry. So the Radio Biafra they are talking about is not dividing Nigeria. Because Nigeria is Nigeria. And Biafra is Biafra. So what Radio Biafra is doing is to educate the Biafrans on what they are yet to know and what they are yet to understand about their country. So, and the Biafra living Nigeria doesn't mean that Nigeria is breaking up. As it is now, is it not the Nigerians that are ruling themselves? Yoruba, Hausa, Fulani, Yoruba, Fulani, Yoruba, Fulani. Fulani left the office. Yoruba man don't take over office. And it has been like that from the outside. So they are the Nigeria. So they will let them remain. We are not divided them. Nobody is divided them. Let them remain and let them continue their racing. Igbos, those ones that they have sidelined, those ones that is not needed, that they don't want, are the ones that want to go on their separate ways and have their own country. So let Nigeria remain where they are. There is nothing like dividing Nigeria, my beloved brother. Nobody is dividing Nigeria. Nigeria knows themselves and they still remain. So it's only the Biafra that want to separate it yourself.
So do you feel that because they know that the Fulani know that the Biafrans are saying the truth on their radio, on their platform, you know, and to propagate, you know, the
pure truth, yes, to educate the Biafrans what Nigeria has failed. Nigeria and the British government and governance and the ideology has failed to educate them. That is what through Radio Biafra they are learning. They're educating them, they are teaching them, they are letting come on, stop believing the British ideology, the Nigerian political oligarchies that have come together to cause division between me and you. We remain one blood. Go and check your origin. Let the data check their origin. How did they come to existence? Let me see a data man that will tell me that his origin is not from the East, Igbo. Do you understand? But politically, we have been divided. They have shared us. But now, Radio Biafra is uniting us back. Yes, Radio Biafra is doing what? Uniting us back to our base, back from our ancestral lust. You understand? Back to origin. So that is what Radio Biafra is doing, and it's very, very important. And I love it because it makes me to know and to understand where I come from.
Okay, make you understand where you come from.
Yes. It makes me to know and to understand where I come from. Not what Nigeria is presenting in the table before me. Go everywhere now. You can't see library now where they are studied, or in the school now. Do you know that they have removed history in the Nigerian syllabus?
Well, I think that the Nigerian government are scared of.
Because they don't, excuse me, because you know why they remove history in Nigerian syllabus today? They remove it because they don't want the people to be educated about the past of this country. They want them to remain on the lying symbols and lying syllables that never tell the upcoming ones the truth which they're supposed to know, and to tell them the origin. It's like when you have a child and you do not tell that child where that child come from. And you begin to ask that child, you say, where did you come from? It be like say, that child is a lost child. That child is a vagabond. That child is a bastard. Because it's only a bastard and a vagabond that don't know his origin. Telling me it be like say, it is a slap to the parent of that child. And it's a very huge shame to that child too. So every child needed to be tutored and tell that child, before you were born, or this is where you come from, and see how and where we come from, and see how you yourself begin. See, without the importance of the history, there will be no need of the word of God. Because the word of God plays the role as what? As a history, as a record of what has transpired between God and man back in the centuries, which even our great-great-grandfathers are yet to be born. But through this, we were able to trace back on how God related to humanity before today, and of which he continues. But Nigeria, because of their evil, they decided to take this thing, to remove it from the syllabus. But the Radio Biafra decided to return it back to syllabus of Radio Biafra to educate the Biafrans. Thank you, and God bless you.
The 5 core communities that are central to Shekiri today, they all migrated from Yoruba land. Omadino, Ugborodo, and the 3 others, they are from Yoruba. So any attempt to use pencil, ink, or biro to sever Yoruba from our aboriginal history is an infraction.
Ojukwu called all the chiefs and elders of the Eastern region, and we declared Biafra on 30th of May 1967 in the hope that they will leave us alone. At 5 a.m. on 6th July 1967, they fired the first shot at Gaken.
Okay, everybody on your feet left. Let's go.
We had no weapons. Britain armed the Nigerians fully. They captured the oil fields of Biafra, but it was not enough. They began a blockade of Biafra. They attacked by air, land, and sea, bombing civilians. By the time the war ended, over 3 million people were dead. They called it the Nigerian Civil War.